afternoon to all. Today, in this video, I will tell you how can we create an Python file, and that Python file will execute multiple Python files. Say there is an one file named minepy.py file which can execute another two Python files. Say py1.py file and py2.py file. Let's create the example. Control N, Control S in the Visual Studio Code. I'm creating. Let's select the location. Control C, Control V. Here I'm creating py1.py file, and same thing. Control N, Control S, py2.py. Save. In the py1 file, I will declare an function a1 return hi. Save. In the py2 file, function name a2 hi, here space, I am Dheeraj. Save. Now Control N, here I will save it as main py dot py, which can execute these two files. Now here import py1, I import py2. So till now what I have done is, in the same folder, in the same folder I am creating two Python files and one more main file which can execute these two Python files. Note the point, all the Python files should be in the same folder. Then only we can import these two Python files here in the main file, which can be able to execute parallelly. Now print py1 dot a1 plus py2 dot a2. Save. Now I will execute this file. Let's see what will happen. Anaconda prompt, here write Python space double quotes. Within this double quotes, give the Python file location of the main file. I'm selecting main file, properties, security, copy this whole thing and paste it here. Now enter. Hi, I'm Dheeraj. Okay. Now what is happening? Py1, I'm which returns hi. Py2 file, it returns hi, I'm Dheeraj. When I call this a2, and I'm writing, yeah, I'm calling this function a2 from py2 in the main file. That is why I'm able to get here. So what will happen if I'm changing this code? I'm writing one more, I'm declaring one more function a3 a2 underscore 1 s, where I have to give the function input inside that f format string from space from double quotes s. In the main file, when I am executing, I can write pi 2 dot a2 1. Here I have to give the input, so I am calling this function here, and here I have to give the input. Save. Here you can say, right, please enter location. Save. Space. If I execute this main file, please enter the location. Okay. How? Enter. Hi, I am Dheeraj from Howrah. So what is happening? Py file returns hi. Py2 file return I am Dheeraj. When in the Python file, after importing py2 and py1, I am calling this function, and I am calling the function of py2 file, both function names a2 and a21. For the a21, I have to give the input, because the py2 file, I am giving the input. I am passing the one argument which takes as the input. What will happen if I call this function here itself? Control C, Control V. Here, instead of S, I will give input. What will happen? It will ask you two times. Why? Because when I am executing this, when I am importing this py2 file, it will ask here, as well as while printing, it will ask once again. So let's see the result. Py2 file, when I am executing this, it will ask normally Howrah. Say, if I going to press this, then this print function will be executed. Please enter the location. Okay. Say y zag. It will give the output. I am Dheeraj from YZ, but not Howrah. Reason is that when I am executing this one, it will execute first pi one, so it will execute it. Pi two file, it is executed. While executing the pi two file, it will ask you the now input, where I have given Howrah, where I have given the Howrah. Then after, it will go to print statement. In the print statement, hi, I am Dheeraj from whatever the location I am giving, that will print. Here what I have given Vizag, that's why it is executing this one, but not Howrah. Because it is has been asked the second time. That's why whatever the input I have given for the second time, it will ask. So what will happen if I execute main py file in the py2 file? So if I am importing this, it will throw you the traceback error. Let's see. Import main py saved. If I execute the main file, it will go you the throw you the traceback error. Reason is that reason is the main file want to execute py1 and py2 file, but py2 file want to execute main file. And then in this case, the compiler is getting confused which file I have to execute first. That is why it will throwing you traceback error. So avoid to import the file in one another. Make sure that one file is executing all multiple files. Okay, so I am removing main file, and you can execute py1 file. You can import py1, there is no issue, because there is no thing that is interlinked with each other. If I write here, I will remove this one. Df a2 underscore a2 return pi 1 dot a1. Main file import pi 1. I am commenting this. I will write the same thing. Here I can write pi 2 dot a2 underscore 2. If I save this, I will run it again. Please enter the location. Okay. Howrah. Enter. Hi, I am Dheeraj from Hora. How it is executing? Because the pi2 file, I have imported this pi1 file, and main pi file is executing this pi2 file, which has already the returned value of a1 function. So I am having the high here in the main pi file. I am using all the function name in the pi2 file, which has I am Dheeraj from location and hi. That is why I am able to get here. So this is nothing but pi1 a1. So pi1 a1 is imported in the pi2 file with returned within the a2 underscore 2 function. This is how the nested Python files can be executed. Thank you. If you have any doubts, let me ask me in the comments. I will explain you. This is how you can launch a number of Python files using one file. Just like hierarchy level, it is inheriting one file to another file. Just like inheritance, this is the parent, this is the child. So this is a parent, then this is a child. Just like inheritance. Thank you. If you have any doubts, let me know and share with another other. It will helpful.